Hello friends, this is the horoscope for the month of June 2019. I will first mention the main transits, then I will say something in general about what we are learning now when the Sun is in Gemini, and then I will say something specifically for every sign of the zodiac. I know that many of you want this, and this will be in the last part of the video. So, lunar activity first. New moon is in Gemini on the 3rd of June, while the full moon will happen on the 17th in Sagittarius. Other important transits that are going to happen are like this. Sun is in Gemini up to 21st of June, then it is in Cancer or Crab. From the 5th, Mercury is in Cancer. From the 8th on, Venus is in Gemini. At the 16th of June, Jupiter makes square to Neptune. And we are going to talk about this because this is important aspect. At the 16th, Mercury makes opposition to Jupiter. At the 18th, Saturn sextiles Neptune. From the 21st on, Neptune is retrograde. And from the 26th on, Mercury is in Leo. So, June is the month of Gemini sign. And this sign is ruled by Mercury. Although Mercury itself will be in Cancer since the 5th of June, it is still an opportunity to talk about what this planet means. As we are going to speak about Gemini, then we have to mention, and its ruler Mercury, then we have to mention the sign that stands opposite to it, which is the sign of Sagittarius. And this year, Jupiter is in Sagittarius also, so means that Sagittarius is now in its full strength in a way. Sagittarius and Gemini are two signs who are on the same axis of the horoscope. So it is very important to interpret them in relation to each other. I have all the videos about each zodiac sign. The name of those videos are like Gemini, Micić, character, and the story or something. Gemini, Micić. If you write that and write my name, then you will see. There is such video about Gemini, about Sagittarius and every other sign, and in those old videos I've been explaining why it is important to understand one sign in correlation to the another one that stands opposite to it. So check it, Gemini, Micić and characteristics, that's the name. Well, Mercury is a planet of thought and communication in classical astrology, messenger of gods in mythology. In Astro-psychology, Mercury speaks of our perception of reality. That is actually how we receive and react to phenomena around us. That's that perception. It is important to know that thinking is not the highest way of perception, although it is forced as such in today's world, especially in Europe and in America. It is believed that highest knowledge is gained by thinking and analyzing, and that belief dominates the so-called Western science. But thinking is related to the mind. And the mind, as the Indian spiritual tradition says, has a task of wandering around, collecting information, analyzing those information, but not getting the true knowledge. So that is why today's science is based on hypotheses that can be questioned at any moment. So we see that everything is relativized and that everything can be in this way or in another way. Like it doesn't matter how things are. That's how they present knowledge in today's time to us. So the situation is such because there is no real knowledge, or it is hidden from us. The real knowledge is related to Jupiter and Sagittarius sign. The true knowledge does not exist within the framework of hypothesis and cannot be outdated. The true knowledge leads towards developing of the state of superconsciousness. And in order for this to happen, it is necessary to accept that there is an absolute and there is a cosmic law that is eternal, and people should not dare to touch it. So, exactly on the 16th of June, Mercury and Jupiter will make the opposition. So many of us will feel that we are manipulated by this Mercurian energy, and we'll ask, what is actually the truth? Of course, you're asking yourself this all the time, but June is, from the astrological point of view, bringing this question up. All the manipulation that is taking place today with the help of media and false information is Mercury type. On the other side, be careful about this, the same Mercurian energy is useful today to save us. Namely, it looks that in today's world can survive only those who are able to adapt easily in Mercurian way. Those who do not search for the justice and higher truth, and they take care of their jobs or their short-term interests, which are mostly financial in nature, because Mercury is very good in business, and the Gemini sign he rules also. I'm not saying that this is wrong, I'm actually saying this is the way to survive for many of us. Unfortunately, Slavic people and many other people live under the influence of the Western paradigm, and they, like many other nations, are influenced by Western science that adores intellectual access to the world, which forces them to relativize everything and to analyze constantly something. Because it is believed, as we said, that one who constantly analyzes is the smart one. So now they force this smart, everything is smart, smartphone, smart this, smart that, yes? This is what they force, this is Mercurian energy. That is why today can be said, for example, that a lie is true, or something like true. That parents should listen to their children, actually that children should say to parents what to do. That women do not need men at all anymore. That minorities in one state can impose rules to the majority. That bombing is human actually. Look what they are teaching us. That is better to be robot than a human being. Ancestral, ancestral. So this relativization of everything is very dangerous, and worshipping the mind as a god is also a dangerous thing. So further, I will comment on other important transits in June. In June will happen one of three squares that is happening between Neptune and Jupiter. The first one was in January, pardon, and the last one will be in September 2019. These squares are, this square will, in personal life, this will mainly fill people who have planets in Pisces and Sagittarius. Doesn't matter if they have Sun in Pisces and Sagittarius, Moon, Ascendant, or any other planets. I talked about those squares in my videos about Jupiter in Sagittarius. There are two my videos on YouTube about Jupiter in Sagittarius. And I also talked about that in my videos, I think for the year 2019, maybe mainly in the general video for 2019. Links will be under this video, or you may wish to look for those videos on YouTube. Namely, these squares are very important from a mundane point of view. Jupiter and Neptune started their new cycle in the year 1997 in the Capricorn sign, and will finish their cycle in 2020 in Pisces. Since everything is happening in Capricorn in recent years, then this is the sign of politicians, of politics, of the highest state and world institutions, then also this square is interesting for us, because we are all the time in the last years thinking about politics and the highest institutions and expecting from them, looking at them, what they are going to do for us. So we know that we are living in the times of great structural changes on a global level, and we know that the old structures will be destroyed from the year 2020 onwards. You can have a look, for example, at my video about Saturn in Capricorn. I spoke there about that, but in other videos also. And we will, of course, talk about this more during this and next year. So the square of Jupiter and Neptune tell us that the world's leading powers cannot get the money they want, and that their investments and that their plans are false, and they are realizing actually that this is false. Something is deeply wrong. They will experience disappointment only in 2020, and now in 2019 they continue to lie themselves and others. The same aspect also brings disappointments to people who expect an improvement in the world economy and more human world. We are all speaking about that. We should create more human world. And June is saying we did not create it, but it's a temporary problem, crisis. The same can happen in the personal lives of individuals. So they are where you have in your horoscope the sign of Sagittarius and the sign of Pisces. There may be a breakdown of some ideals. Think about that, whether you may have been expecting too much in these areas of your life, and come up with a more rational plan for this year. If you do not know in your horoscope where do you have Sagittarius and Pisces and which areas of life they symbolize, you can calculate your horoscope easily. Go to my web pages, symbolicthinking.net. I have there a new online course of astrology. The first lesson is free of charge, and you can use this first lesson to create your horoscope. There I navigate you how to create your horoscope, so you will have basic orientation. Later on, maybe you will decide to buy the whole course and to learn astrology online. I will say more things about this course at the end of the video. Then, on the 18th of June, Saturn and Neptune will make sextile, which is good aspect. So during this year 2019, we have the squares with the Neptune, and then sextiles, squares with Jupiter, something is false, and sextiles with Saturn, oh no, we are going to make it, This year is about that. So the sextile is complementary to the previous square. At the mundane level, this means that rulers, those who want to rule the world, they wisely hide their failures and deceptions from everybody and from us, from people. And in personal lives of individuals, this aspect means that many are creating serious plans that would allow a person to save something or to survive in a way. The transit is particularly interesting for people with planets in Capricorn, and again for those who have planets in Pisces. They will make maybe in June, if they did not do it in January, or maybe they will do it in September. So there can be new decisions that will keep them from disappointment in the future. It can be, oh, I'm not going to do this anymore because this is dangerous, this is not for me. I had an illusion that this is going to be well, but it is not. Or maybe they can be, oh, the things are going bad. I need to find a way how to save myself. I will buy property, I will sell property, I will change the city where I live. Things can be different. I'm speaking here generally because I don't know your horoscope, concrete horoscope of each of you. So this is basically what June is bringing. And let's talk now about individual zodiac signs. Aries people have interesting period for traveling and learning. But some can be disappointed that their big visions are not realized. Well, I think this is only the short term of disappointment for Aries people. They're very fast, they want to do everything now, so maybe they should learn to wait a little bit and they will see later on how things are developing. From September on, let's say, can be changes. Taurus people have Uranus in their sign. I have 3 videos about Uranus in Taurus. You may watch them on YouTube. And many Taurus people, of course, especially those people who have planets on the first degrees of Uranus, are already going through some big transformations, through some, we call it with Uranus, revolution in life. But what concretely June can bring? In first 10 days, they're still under the protection of their planet, and that is the planet Venus. So this means that they can enjoy the beauty of life more, have some interesting experiences, meet interesting people and things like that. There are possible some disappointments in their investments or about that how they spend money, or maybe a friend can disappoint them. Let's hope for the short period of time. Gemini people, they celebrate birthdays. So happy birthday to all Gemini people. They start now in June new 6-month life phase. And it is always good around our birthdays to have a break, to have a rest, and to just relax for a while, and maybe two weeks after birthday to create plans for the future. In June, Gemini people are also thinking about their partnership life, and they're wondering if their partnership life can improve their life generally. Uh, Venus will be in Gemini from the 8th of June, so that can help them to be and feel more attractive and maybe really to fall in love. Then Cancer or Crab, better to say Crab than Cancer. They're emotionally very intense people, as we know, like Scorpio people, and they feel very big tension already, but culmination and catharsis will come only in July after eclipses. I have recorded special videos about those eclipses that will happen in the summer 2019. You may wish to see this video, Eclipse in the Summer of 2019. People with planets in Cancer are on big life crossroad because actually new 18-year cycle starts for them. In June, they will maybe think more about their job, about their profession, and they will think of that which tactic to develop for the future that can be good for them. Mercury can be useful in June because Mercury can cool down their emotions a little bit and bring some practical solutions, at least for the short period of time. Leos. The best period is after the 26th of June for Leos, because at the end of this month they will have excellent periods for work, contracts, agreements, for their business, but not all Leos are involved in any business. So depends what they are dealing with, that's what they will do at the end of this month also. But during this month, some will be maybe a little worried about their children or maybe disappointed with those who they love. And I remind that Leo is the greatest lover of the horoscope, so it's good when he's not disappointed. Hopefully this will not happen. Virgo people. Virgo people in June needs to solve some family and partnership topics. And but they have been dealing with those topics for a long time already. Maybe they will be surprised with their feelings in June. Maybe they will become more irrational than usually or be overwhelmed with their feelings. That's fine. They should just let it go, that means something, and just relax and see, you will see where will this bring you, just let it be with this energy. Libra people. Libra wants to learn and to do a lot of new things. And in June, they see that they are overworked or they ever over-exaggerated their abilities to learn and to study and to change and so on. So many need a break until the end of July. It is good time for traveling now for them as for Aries people. So traveling, resting a little bit, that will be fine. Scorpio people see that they need to change their expectations connected to finances and their own investments. So yeah, why not? Make some revision of your plans. But it is generally a good period for them in June for partnership life, for some joint ventures, especially privately, less in business, but business with others better than if they do it themselves. Sagittarius. Sagittarius people now, when it's a full moon in Sagittarius, ends a half-year phase, so something culminates with this full moon, and then they may have a need for a break, as Gemini people do, maybe to rest a little bit and to see what else they need to do during this year, slowly to make a plan. Few more things need to do until autumn. They may be a little bit disappointed with themselves in June because they are searching for themselves, let's say, for a long time already. They're looking for some inner peace for a long time. Even they did a great job, now they can maybe have a feeling that they still did not find this inner peace. This is short period of revision, don't worry. It will be better in the second part of summer. Capricorn. Capricorn, we know everything is happening in Capricorn for some period already, especially in the year 2019. And that people with planets in this sign have been going through a complex period for many years. Some finished that and some are still in this process. In June, it is time for them to see if they have changed their minds enough or are still perceiving reality in the old way. If they're perceiving it in the old way, then it is the really last time to change it, you know. So yes, Mercury is here interesting for them. How do you perceive reality? And do you understand, if you're a Capricorn, that the way how you perceive reality is actually how the reality works for you? We are connected to this. Our thoughts influence reality also, we live in. So changes should be made there. Aquarius people, they had quite good period in previous month, but now it seems that they will understand which of their long-term plans have to be revised. June shows what the concrete state of things is. We know that Aquarius people live in a virtual world, that they want to see the reality, but June brings the reality. So what will happen, they see now clearly. It's good for them to be more realistic, to accept the reality as it is. And the best therapy for them in June would be to be with those they love, with their children, with loved ones, or to do things that they love to do, to relax a little bit. Pisces, many things are happening in Pisces sign. With Neptune there, for them, June is quite problematic in that sense that they will lose some illusions about important goals and important plans they had in their life. This is not a big problem, just it is important not to over-exaggerate with those plans. So the key thing is to be honest and not to betray either themselves or others. You know, this is the pressure of that truth, the highest truth there. I think that many Piscean people know what I'm talking about. So that's all for now. If you wish to have personal consultations with me in astrological psychology or spiritual astrology, please feel free to contact me. You will find my contacts above this video on YouTube. On my webpage is symbolicthinking.net. You can see that I also offer Thetahealing consultations. Thetahealing is a method of healing, not real healing, but we call it like healing. It is about that this method can help you to see what is inside of you, to see this subconscious material that you have, to see all programs that you also have that maybe are in a way becoming a problem because they're stopping you to grow in the future. So you can remove them easily by using this method. I also offer Feng Shui consultations. As I used to live in China for a long period of my life, I gladly offer also Feng Shui analysis of home and this environment energy. Since March, as I mentioned, I offer also online astrology course for beginners. An online astrology course entitled The Basics of Tropical Astrology Level 1 is designed not only for beginners but also for those who want to perfect their knowledge of astrology. To make learning easier, we teach lessons in an interactive videos. So you can watch videos passively or actively. Actively means that you will touch the screen and answer questions, or you just go and listen what I'm talking about. So what is the advantage of this course? All you need to learn is a computer or a mobile phone, and if you have them, you can watch those lessons anytime when you are online. This will, of course, help you to repeat regularly and to learn easily. To learn easily and to memorize perhaps well. Many people memorize by repeating, of course. Check my demo video about this online course if you want to see how this course is designed, how those lessons are concretely designed. This link will also be under this video. The first lesson is free of charge. You may wish to watch the first lesson and then you will decide whether to buy this course or not. I hope you will like it. So if you like the video, yeah, I wanted to mention this also. I will be very glad if you subscribe to my channel, if you like the video, or if you share it with those who you are interacting with, and thank you very much in advance for that. We can also connect via Facebook, or you can write to me by using my email if you have any further questions. See you next month. And I wish you to be honest and truthful always and in every situation.